Hello, YouTube, and whoever else might somehow manage to see this. Ranger of Oz here for another news day with Ranger of Nights, and I'm just going to get straight onto the bit that I want to talk about, and we'll deal with everything else later. Okay?
Yes,
I am the king of
let
the
me say
channel.
something.
I am the king of the channel. What I say goes. What do you want?
We're finally not deleted. Finally
Yes, we're
on
not
time.
delayed. Well, we've never actually given a exact time other than Friday, and we tend to miss that sometimes. Although it's Thursday in America, so at the moment we're early.
From the future.
Woo! And the future is looking bright. If any of you play Star Trek Online, then you may already know that we are getting the second big expansion pack for the free-to-play game based in the universe of Star Trek. Not the J.J. Abrams version, so there aren't too many lens flares and everything else. This is in the
Yes.
OG. This is in the OG universe with voice acting from Worf, Spock, and Tasha Rara. If you ever watched The Next Generation, more recently,
The blonde short girl woman.
yes. More recently, Tuvok has appeared and for voicing, and this is what brings us into our latest piece of news for it. The new expansion is called Delta Rising, and most of it will take place in the Delta Quadrant. What this means is there are new races from the series of Star Trek Voyager happening. We're going to see at least one other actor other than Tuvok returning. Harry Kim will be there as the captain of the USS Rhode Island. We are having new Intrepid class skins. If you don't know what class the Intrepid is, just look at the Voyager front of the, go and look at the USS Voyager. There's your Intrepid class. We are getting the bridge of the Voyager with a choice apparently of Neelix's Kitchen or no Neelix's Kitchen. New Tier 6 ships with improvements coming for the Tier 5 ships to make them competitive. New storylines, new missions, new lots. There's a lot coming. We don't know everything at this point. There will be more news as the weeks progress. I am considering moving one of my characters to the Tribble test server, which will mean that as this new content comes out, I will be able to have a little look-see. And, whether or not I'll be able to talk about it, I don't know. I might try and get in contact with whoever might be in charge of that sort of stuff at Cryptic to see if I would be allowed to talk about that on the show. Maybe stream some of it if I manage to get onto Tribble. I don't know. I'll talk to people. I'll see what I can find. But yeah, I know Ranger of Nights doesn't play STO. I don't know if he has any interest
But
in it.
I play it if they did one thing.
What?
Give me John. What's his name? The guy from Enterprise.
Archer?
Yes.
Well, you can't play as Archer because you make your own character. However, the NX01 model is available in the C store, which is what you use if you want to pay actual money.
I cannot. Not I don't have, but I don't have a mean to use. I don't have a credit card.
Well, here's the interesting thing about STO. At some point, you'll be able to mine dilithium crystal. Mine enough dilithium crystal, and you could trade it in for the Zen you need to buy the NX01 class.
Maybe.
I have
a
friend
storyline where Sam Packet jumped into Archer.
I have a friend who actually got one of the Tier 5 ships primarily just purely off dilithium mining. trading the dilithium in for uh, Zen. It took him a while, but it's feasible. You can do it. So,
Maybe I'll try it.
if that's, if you don't like spending money on free-to-play games, this is what I like about the Perfect World and Cryptic stuff. There are other options to get that stuff. So, I would.
I'm not I'm not cheap, but I cannot. That's the problem. I don't.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, like I said, it's an option if you feel like trying it out, and I'm going to put this out to anyone who happens to see this. If you feel like trying it out, give it a go. I actually enjoy it more than I enjoyed Star Wars: The Old Republic. I know there are a lot of people that are shocked at that, but I have been.
Me.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it a lot more. Yes, the missions can get a little more repetitive in STO, but the amount of ships that you have access to through dilithium
I have a question.
crystals. Go for it.
Do you need to read everything?
Some of it, yes.
Are there dialogue? Do you speak? The mission? Did they tell you the mission, or you need to read it and know what the mission is?
Some of the missions are verbalized. Some of them you have to read the page.
Damn, man.
Like
so what other news we have?
Okay. Next up, okay, I haven't been really watching Ultimate Spider-Man. For those of you who don't know, this is Disney's latest Spider-Man cartoon. I think they're approaching like their second or third season or something. Third season, thank you. And something popped up via one of my friends who watched Ultimate Spider-Man on my Facebook feed.
I saw the picture with the Spider-Mans on it.
This is apparently going to be one of the storylines in Season 3.
Yes.
We are going to see...
bullshit.
Why? I'm not even going to get...
Because there was no Ben Riley in it.
Oh. Okay, we got... This attitude ticks me off. I'm seeing this with Delta Rising too. People have got the tiniest little slither of information, just like, this much, a picture or something, and they're blowing up because, oh, this isn't on it, that isn't on it, oh, this ship's going to be useless now, oh no, shut up. Listen, what do we know? We have a picture. We don't know if Ben Riley's going to show up or not. We don't have any story. We don't have a trailer. We haven't even seen the actual cut. We haven't even seen a sliver of a piece of a fraction of an episode yet. We got a picture, and you're freaking out because Ben Riley isn't in there. How do you know he's not going to show up? Tell me, right here, right now. How do you know? You don't, do you?
Okay, maybe.
You don't, do you?
It's the same team. Why are you attacking me?
Because you represented right there what ticks me off when we get teasers like this picture. This is a massive crisis on Infinite Spiders, and we are getting Miles Morales from the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon showing up. We're getting the Armored Spider. We're getting frickin' Peter Porker, for crying out loud. We're getting Spider-Ham. And you're complaining because Ben Riley's not going to show up because he's not in the photo.
Yes, because I care about Peter Riley. I don't care about the Ham or that, or the 99 guy, or the...
Not going to show up.
Because
you haven't answered that.
That cool suit, it's just not, that's not put it.
Yeah, no, I'm not asking why. I'm asking how do you know he's not going to be there?
I'm judging from the information I know so far. I can see the future from
which is nothing. So instead of waiting and seeing for news, You're jumping to conclusions.
I'm just saying from what I know now. I'm not saying I'm not waiting for future news. I'm just saying I'm angry. It look
Yeah,
like Ben Riley is not in it.
you're angry about information we don't have the whole story on. That's
Okay,
what's ticking me off.
let's move somewhere else than Attack Ranger of Night. The
Oh, I
episode.
love attacking Ranger of Knights because he jumps forward with very little information and decides that's all he needs. It's great. It's awesome. It's fun. Is he right sometimes? Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
But I'm right only one day. I'm last right.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. So yeah, he gets it right sometimes. But all right, I'm turning this into a rant, and I apologize. I'm turning this into a rant. I've seen this happen a lot. Does it pan out the way people?
Tell us the story, man.
I'm gonna rant. I'm going into a what no rant.
It's called Oz Rant, man.
I see this way too often in many fandoms. Power Rangers fandom does it. Spider-Man fandom does it. Transformers fandom does it. Star Trek Online does it. Star Wars: The Old Republic did it. World of Warcraft probably does. World of Warcraft probably does it. I don't know. I haven't played that game in
Dude,
years.
we're talking about Star Wars, man. They do it all the time.
Yeah.
Fuck Star Wars fans. Fuck Star Wars fan. You hear me? I hate you motherfuckers.
They take a little bit of information, like we'll get a release, a trailer, a picture.
You know, I want you to talk about something.
I'm talking. This is my talk time at the moment. Go on.
Some Star Wars fans are very heavy. What? Damn it. I can't say the damn word. You know how something says something and says and just do something else? It's with the H.
Hypocrites?
Yes. They are. For example, I watch I follow a game podcast, man. Do you remember the DMC game?
Yeah. Yep.
They were talking shit about the fans, and then how they were complaining about the look and the changing storylines and accept it. And the motherfucker complained about shit like who shot first. Seriously, the game, the change in lore and storyline and everything doesn't deserve to be complained about. But who shot first, that deserves to be complained about. And now people hate movies and they talk, why do you hate that movie? It's just a movie, but they have the right to hate the prequels. Seriously?
Well, welcome to humanity. That's all I can say.
But the prequels, you guys had the right to hate them.
Welcome to humanity, man. Welcome to humanity. But see, we don't even nowadays on the internet, because everybody has an opinion on the internet. We don't need to even wait for the movie to come out, because we know it's gonna suck because who's involved in it, or because of a look, or because they gave the Ninja Turtles frickin' nostrils.
And come on, I watched the movies, the former movies. None of them is that good.
You're starting a war now. Anyway, we're getting off a little bit topic. Wrestling news. Wrestling news has reached me thanks to Ranger of Nights. Apparently, Alberto Del Rio has been released from WWE. I'm not personally surprised. To my knowledge,
pissed off. Not surprised, but pissed off.
Yeah, I as far as I know, he hasn't been over with the fans in a while, which is
the fans are stupid.
which is what the WWE needs. If you're going to work for them, you need to be marketable. You need to be able to make money. If you're not getting a decent reaction from the fans, be it heel reaction, be it face reaction, any sort of reaction at all, if you're not over with the fans in some manner, they are going to let you go. It's just that simple. Or you're going to get buried on NXT.
Yes. Stupid fans.
Tyson Kidd. How often do we see Tyson Kidd anywhere other than main event or NXT?
Stupid fans.
It's just the way the business goes. And
I
if
said
he hadn't,
stupid fans. I'm not saying stupid business. I said stupid fans.
it's just the way the fans are. If the fans hadn't reacted to Stone Cold the way they did after his King of the Ring win, he wouldn't have become a. He probably would have gotten buried or let go or mid-carded for the entirety of his career.
Stupid fans.
I'm still. A lot of people are still waiting with bated breath on how Kenta's going to get used. If you don't know, one of the big wrestlers from Japan, Kenta, I don't know his last name, sorry, but he's the originator of the Go to Sleep. I don't know if I've mentioned this on here or not, but he has been signed for WWE, and he's heading to NXT fairly soon. Where he goes from there will be interesting. We don't know what it's gonna. We don't know how they're going to use him. We don't know if he's going to be forced into a character or if he's going to be able to use his own, what he's known to be and known for around the world.
I just got the funny idea.
Oh God!
Imagine if they made him like a harem main character with the diva being his hair.
Made him what? I can't understand you over the laughing.
Harem character.
Oh, I don't think they're going to do that. No, I don't think Kenta's going to be the Japanese version of the Godfather.
No. I'm saying a harem main character. The guy that girls want, but he's running. He's not going for the girls. Do you see a harem character?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. No, I don't think that's going to happen somehow. Oh, although, given some of the storylines that WWE has been coming up with lately, it's entirely possible.
He can be the Ranma of the WWE.
Ranma without the ability to turn into a woman if you hit him with cold water or whatever it is.
You don't know. Maybe they change it to he go under the ring and come out as a woman.
Don't. Don't. Just don't.
What, you're talking like they're watching the show?
Don't give them ideas. We don't know if they're going to be watching the show or not.
They're not watching it.
We don't know that. They might have someone in the creative department that somehow managed to stumble onto one of my videos and they said this, that sounds like a great idea. We don't know. It's probably never going to happen. We don't know.
At least we have evidence that we did get the idea and we can sue them for money, man.
Idea copyright Ranger of Oz Productions.
That's our idea. At least give us a job working on the creative. Maybe you don't know. Maybe they like the idea too much. They hire you or me.
Oh God, the business is going to hell in a handbasket if they hire us for creative.
Seriously, we're worse than the guys on the creative now.
Yeah, well, who knows? Although I suppose no one can be worse than Vince Russo sometimes. Oh, shot in the face. Anyway, can you think of anything else that we need to talk about? Those are the two things that. Those are the three things I think we really need.
I've been on the forums lately, and someone did a thread about bring back Jim Cornette.
That wouldn't be
And I
horrible.
said,
I don't mind
dude,
Jim
it's Jim
Cornette.
Cornette, man. You know he's getting himself fired 5 minutes after his hiring.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just,
Yeah.
what's the point?
Jim,
That would be a waste
Jim,
of time.
yeah, Jim Cornette was like the Vince Russo of his generation. Kind of like how I'm probably going to get things thrown at me for this, but kind of like how Paul Heyman is the
Vince
uh
McMahon?
no, not Vince. He's not no, not Vince.
Gorilla
The
Monsoon?
no Weasel. The Weasel. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Oh, this is horrible because I loved his voice. I loved his match calling with Shivani. Back in WCW days. Oh, I can't remember his name. Hang on, I'm gonna look it up. Oh yeah, he was the guy. Everything he touched, every wrestler he touched turned to gold. Every person, everyone he took into his family, so to speak.
Well,
Um,
Heyman, the
Heenan,
brain?
that's it. Bobby Heenan, Bobby the Brain Heenan, that was the guy. I don't believe I forgot his name. But yeah, everyone he got into his little Heenan family, at some point or another, got some kind of title, or at the very least, a high-profile match.
Yes.
Heenan has become something like that. Everything he touches turns to gold.
I don't think Ryback and Curtis agree with you, man.
No, well, see, think about it for a minute. Ryback, when they were Heyman guys, were the tag team champions. The second they
No, they
dumped
were not.
Heyman,
What are you talking about? They were
well,
never a tag team.
one of them was a champ. Are you sure about that?
Only Curtis was the Intercontinental Champion.
All right. Well, yeah. Anyway, one of them had a title. All right. Curtis
Yes.
Axel had the Intercontinental title. The second the Ryback the second Ryback broke away from Paul Heyman, Curtis Axel loses that title.
Did he lost it before he break with?
No. I'm pretty sure he lost it after.
To Big E, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think so. CM Punk ran with Heyman for a while, WWE champion. Breaks with Heyman, loses the championship.
No, sometimes you don't understand what make a heel and what make a face.
No, I understand what makes a heel and what makes a face. I have to explain
Not
that to
me.
you half the time. What
Guess
I'm
this
sort
is
of what I'm sort of saying is that Heyman's got that they've sort of pushed Heyman, even if they didn't even realize it, as having a magic touch. You break from Heyman, you
okay.
don't have a
It's
championship.
official. It's official. Paul Heyman need a new theme song. You have the touch. You have the power.
Well, it seems like that sometimes. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm noticing something that's just purely coincidental. But let's look at the people who have been Heyman guys for the past couple of years. Champions, beat the
Oh,
streak.
I got something. What about the people that were in team Lesnar, like Al Train and the other guys that did nothing?
Yeah, well, they weren't actually Heyman guys. They were Lesnar guys. So you don't want to be a Lesnar guy. Lesnar guys get nowhere. Lesnar guys get mid-carded for life. Heyman guys get titles. Lesnar guys get mid-carded for life, if you're lucky. Championships, mid-card. Championships, mid-card.
So let's
and
talk.
and
Let's let. I think there's a chance. Let's talk our wrestling history with the fans.
okay, this ought to be good. Yeah, right, we have a new segment apparently. Okay, wrestling history, go.
So how did you become a wrestling fan?
How did I become a wrestling fan? This is a well. I used to catch bits and pieces on, back when there was a massive iron curtain of kayfabe between what was happening backstage and what was happening, in the ring, and you would have, some of the bits and pieces showing up on the sports shows, the sports programs, as the
Yes.
slam of the week or whatever, moment of the week. I believe that King of the Ring, um, King of the Ring, yeah, that King of the Ring match between Undertaker and Mankind was one of them, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So I
The
would
one
see
with
them.
the cage.
Yep, the big Hell in a Cell and everything. Yep, that's it.
The one with he
Um, I,
drop.
yeah, threw him off the top of it. Yep. I would see
Yeah.
those every so often. Hulk Hogan's Rock and Roll Wrestling. Shut up.
The cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon.
I
And then, and then when I was about, what, 15, 16, 17, I think I might have been almost out of high school, I decided, because I'd watch Gargoyles when it was on midnight repeats on the Disney Channel. And finished, I turned over to TNT and WCW Nitro.
Are you ready to rumble? That one.
Yep, that's it. That's the one. I can't remember where in the program I came in, but I remember the match quite succinctly. A bald, 300 something pound pack of muscles with a tattoo on one arm and an unbeaten streak walks out, gets smashed over the head with a chair, and shakes it off like it's nothing, and then absolutely creams the guy he was up against. The man in
It
question
was.
was Bill Goldberg.
Who's the other guy?
La Parker, I believe it was. He was one of the larger luchadors. He was about the same size and probably around the same weight as Goldberg. They called him the chairman of the board because he always went to the ring with a steel chair in hand. I think it was one of the only matches I ever saw La Parker in, getting creamed by Goldberg. But that was pretty much the start of my wrestling, me being a wrestling fan. I've ebbed and flowed over the years, but it always comes back to that match.
Oh, it's my turn now.
Yep.
For years, I always thought it was the WWF that started me as being a wrestling fan. But recently, I remember the true story. It was anime.
A wrestling
The
animation.
Tiger Mask. The Tiger Mask anime.
Wow. And
The
isn't he an
second one.
actual wrestler?
I think so, but I watched
I
the
believe-
damn anime, not the.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tiger Mask was like the Japanese version of Hulk Hogan. He was an actual wrestler that had his own cartoon show.
But it was a better cartoon show, damn it. It was more enjoyable. There was wrestling in it. There was wrestling match in the damn anime. You didn't see Tiger Mask just challenging the Roddy Piper to a car race.
Dear.
It was like a Tiger Mask was like Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne. You know what I'm talking about? He had a secret identity. He was a sports reporter, and he even have the Tiger mobile, like Batman.
Yeah.
He switch a button, and then his normal car become a Tiger car. And he was fighting against a not legal Wrestling Federation doing an invasion. There was an invasion storyline in the anime. They were cheating and doing everything to win.
Dear. Anyway, I think that will do us for today. We've started to go rambling again. When we ramble, it's time to shut down. So, on behalf of Ranger of Knights and myself, thank you for joining us. I saw we had one viewer there for about 2 seconds during your ramble on Tiger Mask. Thank you.
For more anime story, tell me. I have a lot of them.
Thank you for joining us. Join us next time and we will have a look at a few more things. I'll keep an eye out for some news on Delta Rising. Hopefully we'll have some more by next week.
And there's the game con coming soon, right?
Oh, probably. I have no idea. I know there's EB Games Expo down here, but I don't have the money to go to it. I'm not even going to try and
there's
get a
a
press
game
pass.
con soon. I'm
Oh,
sure of it
probably.
is in the 11th of this month.
Oh, probably. I don't know. Well, anyway, if there's news, we'll find it, we'll sniff it out, and we'll put it up. In any case, this is Ranger of Oz and Ranger of Knights signing off. We will see you all next time.
Okay.